You're tuning in to the Black Hollywood Live Network, featuring news, interviews, and commentary on all things Black Hollywood. Hollywood redefined. From Los Angeles, California, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is Black Hollywood Live. Just saying, featuring conversations on love, sex, and relationships from three sassy ladies. Black Hollywood Live. Hollywood redefined.
You're listening to Black Hollywood Live.
And now, the host of Black Hollywood Live, Just Saying.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight for another episode of Just Saying. I am April Daniels, your host tonight, and I have sitting to my left the very beautiful Diann Valentine.
Hey, y'all. What's up?
And next to her, we have the sweet and sexy and sassy Jennifer Williams.
Hi. How are you?
Ladies, what have you been up to?
Well, you know,
What will you be up to?
Super nervous. I know we're taping early
Yes.
this week because I leave in the morning for Dallas. So Saturday I'm speaking at MegaFest, and I'm super nervous. You know, I'm like an out of order Christian, so I might cuss or say something I shouldn't say.
You definitely won't do that.
Lord,
Nobody's perfect.
Lord, Bishop Jakes will put me out of the convention center.
Well, we know you're not going to do that, but I do want to say that when you're completely nervous, that's the best time that the Lord can use you, because you are completely out of the process, and it's going to be all about
That is so true.
Yes.
That is so true.
So what about you, Jennifer?
For me, I wish I could say I've been on tons of amazing dates, but that hasn't been my life.
Not even after last week's show?
No.
I don't know if we believe that.
Yeah, no, because we're going to live through you. We're so excited, we don't know what to do.
Listen, I will let you guys know when I go on an amazing and fantastic and get laid and all that stuff, but it just hasn't happened. So.
Okay, well, slow and steady is good.
Yeah, so I've just been working on a couple projects. I have some things coming up that I'm excited to talk about, but I can't talk about right now. So I'm just doing the prep work. So I'm just, working with no play right now.
That's all right. That's all right. Plenty of time. Plenty of time for that.
Now, what about you, Miss April? Where have you been?
I've been here and there and a little bit everywhere. No. Actually, I haven't really been doing too much, just gearing up for season 4 of Tamar and Vince, which I'm really excited because we're going to have fun.
Congratulations.
So, thank you. That's always a good time with I was going to say the three of them, but with Sean and myself and Vince and Tamar, so that's always a plus. But, I'm looking forward to it.
Good. And Rock Out With Me, DC is coming up.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
And I'm so excited. I just want to have, it fits with tonight's topic, diarrhea of the mouth. But I want to just spill it all out, but I can't because I have to wait until the other party says something first, which I am so excited. I'm like, I cannot wait to share it with everybody. So September this year, DC, Rock Out With Me. So please make sure you guys stay tuned and keep looking and waiting and anticipating, because it's going to be amazing. Now for the drink tonight, Diann.
Yes, but before we jump into the drink, I completely forgot to do this last week, so she has to forgive me. So Maria Menounos, congratulations. Oh, yes. She is now the new correspondent on E! News. Women rock. Yes, girls rock. So congratulations, Maria. You make us all so incredibly proud.
Absolutely.
And we are rooting for you.
Yes.
So
kill it.
I forgot to say that. So tonight's cocktail, which I can't wait to taste, is called the Tiny Rita. So it's courtesy, again, of Tiny's Tequila. And the recipe, right? They've been good to us, right?
Yes.
So the recipe is Tiny's Tequila, but it's orange blossom flavor. Prickly pear.
Ooh.
Do y'all know how hard it was for me to find some prickly pear?
Really? Now I'm surprised, because this is the drinking capital.
I know. It was very difficult to find it. Fresh lime juice, triple sec, agave syrup, and then a splash of club soda on top.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Right?
Okay, well, let's cheers,
I
lady.
do notice there's a liquor store on every corner.
Yeah,
here.
right?
It is,
Is
right?
that why there's so many people drunk in the streets?
Yeah,
Cheers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, maybe it's a little strong.
Listen, it's nice and smooth to me.
It's Yummy.
Let's begin tonight's show before I forget all the words.
I'm ready to get into it.
So for those who are watching and those who will watch later, tonight's topic is called Talkin Shiznick. Y'all thought I was going to curse. I'm not going to do it.
AKA Talkin Shit.
Thank you, Jennifer's going to be my interpreter tonight. Thank you. So tonight's topic is about, today in this time of social media, everybody is going bat poop crazy. They losing their minds. Things today, it's like no filter, it's not even opinion anymore. It's like, I'm coming for your neck. I don't care. Who cares? Mm-hmm. Let me start a war. Let me start a beef. I'm like, it's just a whole new height to the foolishness that we see today on social media. I'm like, I don't really, between
thugs.
Absolutely. And then I'm like, when did your opinion become so volatile? I'm like, what in the world is wrong with people? You know me.
Yeah.
You know me. Oh,
right.
I forgot we used to kick it back in such and such. Like, you get just a glimpse of my life. So why is it always so crazy? So we're really going to get into that tonight and, discuss the craziness of Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and all of the other 4,000 different social apps.
People come at me crazy on social media.
It's like, I don't understand that, especially when you're not a person that puts that energy out.
Right.
And you're like, well, I'm sorry. Did I piss in your cornflakes?
Confrontational. I'm sorry.
Right.
I mean, I get you might not like me, but then don't follow me.
Exactly. Exactly. Right. It's like, why do you follow me then? You're getting blocked.
Right. No. Bye, bitch. And I didn't mean that as a term of endearment.
Right. Oh, no, I'm quick to hit the block, all of that.
Exactly. Why deal with it? Which takes me into the first segment. Ego tripping or thumb thugging. Just recently we had Drake and Meek Mills displaying their beef.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was so fun. Just watching it unfold on social media. I was dying laughing.
I think that what's really crazy about it is people who aren't really into the rap scene that hard. I mean, listen, I don't have time for a lot of things, but I made time to tune into this Drake and Meek Mill beef because I was like, what in the world? Like, what were you thinking? Like, it was just so crazy to me.
And it all started because of social media.
Social media.
Meek Mill's tweeting out something saying Drake didn't write his
own
rhymes.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Like,
But why are you snitching though?
that is
That's a good point, right?
But why are you snitching?
And he was at a good place. Like, he had his album just dropped, #1 single. Like, it wasn't even a reason
he was
for
on tour.
Yes.
Oh, no. You know what they said? Because he was all up in his feelings because Drake didn't tweet about his album. Meek Mill's album. But
so his feelings was hurt.
Right.
Yeah, but let's go back a little bit
because Drake is on one song, probably the hottest song on the album. I don't know.
Yeah, but what you want me to tweet for you, wipe your butt, and come feed you at 3? I don't understand how much you need from me because I'm featured on your album.
Right.
And he was actually one of the people when Meek Mills was locked up who was really in support of him, wearing free Meek Mill t-shirts. So I think that was probably one of the least people that he needed to go after about loyalty or support or whatever it stemmed from.
Yeah.
But it was just crazy because it's almost like some would say the demise of his career.
Yeah, and if you got a problem with somebody, you friends, and you fell out, how about you just text them?
I know.
Don't even text. 'Cause I hate the texting thing too.
I hate the texting.
Why do you go on social media to air out whatever beef you got with anybody?
It's just crazy.
I'm not a fan. I hate it. I think it's just... You could pick up the phone.
Because when you text, when you tweet, when you do anything that doesn't have your voice attached to it, it gives it an entirely different tone.
It does.
I could sit there and read
thing
it.
To do.
It's coward, but then it's also how I read it isn't necessarily how you're typing it.
Right.
But I've put my own interpretation of the tone that's on this text or email, which is just crazy because it can be avoided.
Yeah. And and I thought Drake's initial response was like, okay, but that back to back, that was like the nail in the coffin.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Your career's over.
And I was just thinking, like, I bet you wish you had just not said nothing.
Yeah.
I bet you wish you would have just let this thing just ride.
Absolutely.
So, he just killed him softly. Shout out to boss bitches, wife and niggas. What? I was like,
and you know,
think about that for a second.
Wait, speculation that Drake slept with Nicki, but I really, even if she did, everybody has a pass.
Even if she did,
she's
a woman. It's her
you.
body.
Right.
She can do what she want to do.
Either be the man
My pussy,
that
my
don't
choice,
care.
man.
Hello. That's for those of you who didn't catch last week's show. Go tune into that one as well. But yeah, I think it's so unnecessary because 9 times out of 10, after you start this BS, you go back and you're like, how did it start again? And when you really look at it, it's like, we did all of that and I done messed up my career because I felt that I wanted to be in my feelings that day and just say something.
Yeah.
Like, is it worth it?
Right.
It's not worth it. Now,
And then how is Nicki looking at him? Because he looks crazy.
She's pretty supportive. She's pretty supportive.
Like, you on a world tour or your girls tour?
Oh Lord! But then you have when other instances, because we just said 2 men, Drake and Meek, but we also have K. Michelle and Azalea Banks. Now K. Michelle is no stranger to being opinionated on her social media.
Yes.
But apparently they were going to do a tour together, and somewhere something didn't work out, and she tweeted that thank God I dodged a bullet. Now, okay, nothing's wrong with that, when you hear that. But then it was speculation again that she was talking about backing out of the tour with Azalea. And then she also added another tweet that said, poor lizard needed them coins.
Oh.
I'm like, okay.
That might have been a dig.
that part
she might have been coming for her with that one.
Yeah, that part. But again, we're looking at a moment of whatever happened behind the scenes that we don't know about. Clearly something happened for you to cancel a tour. Don't nobody really like to cancel tours because that's some serious paper.
Right.
But of course, Azalea like, oh, you got the right one because I'm not getting ready to fall back.
She's reckless on social media.
So then her response was, don't start fights you don't want to finish. The youth these days are crazy. And they sure are, because let me tell you, the respect factor is not there anymore. They don't care who you are. They don't care how old you are. They don't care if you was friends with Rosa Parks. They don't care.
They don't care if you was marching Black Lives Matter.
They like, listen, I saw you there. I was there too. But let me give you one piece of my mother effing. It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Us growing up, it's just certain things you just did not do. No discussion needed.
And I love the fact that social media does give people a voice. It gives people a voice like never before. We all have bigger voices now because of social media. But what bothers me is when it just turns into like bashing. Yeah, that's what bothers me. Yeah. Like when I'm on television, when I'm hosting a show, like I get the nastiest, meanest comments, like everything from my hair to my boobs to my smile is too big to I think somebody called me a cackling hen.
They definitely did.
What?
Now let me just ask you this. Do you feel like when people do that, is it because they see something that they wish they could be? Or do you think it's just they have issues within themselves? Because really, I believe it's nothing we're doing.
Right.
Not to say we're not accountable, but if you don't like me that much, don't tune in. Just don't support.
Yeah.
But you keep coming back. So you like something about me, but rather than talk about those and put that in the spotlight, you rather pick apart the things that you feel are flaws, which, by the way, I may love to death. You just think they're flaws, but I like big hair. You like big hair. Hey, we all like it. So, like, what is that about?
I don't know what drives women to do stuff like that. I really don't. I think it's some psychological damage is what I really believe.
I think it's they have low self-esteem. And I think it's a personal issue. I don't feel like it has anything to do with the person that they're going against. Okay. I think it is something within, and not to get all like for agreements, but I don't take it personal. I don't take it personal because I'm like, that's some demon you're battling. It has nothing to do with me. I mean, granted, I'm not perfect, but guess what? If you don't like me, keep it moving. Right. Don't tune in. Don't follow me.
It's that simple.
But I mean, I know we can say, ignore it. It has nothing to do with me. It's your issue. It really is. But those comments can be very hurtful.
They are hurtful.
Like, they are hurtful. Like when I'm hosting a show, I try not to read comments.
Right.
Because I know that for every person out there who's like, oh, great, Diann, great job, love you, blah, blah, blah. I know that there's 5 more people that got some shit to say.
But let me ask you this.
If you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping.
Do you feel like you should ever respond to the haters or the negativity of people?
Yes.
You do. Now, why is that?
Because I just feel like I need to check a bitch sometimes.
But, I mean, let me just say this.
Call it a bitch.
I don't feel like me checking, because what I do is I definitely try to take the high road.
Right.
I definitely try not to, give the person the attention they want. Because a lot of times I feel like you come at me, which isn't often, thank God, because people probably see, oh, different April. But when they do, I feel like it's for attention. So I feel like when you respond, you give them that attention that they want. They instantly became famous in 5 seconds. And we working our whole darn lives to get to where we trying to get, and we done gave them the spotlight. So, I just think that you have to be careful with your responding, because then you find yourself almost joining the parade they're leading.
Yeah.
And
it's true. It's true, but I just think that we are human. Right. And I think sometimes everybody, you catch anybody on the wrong day, and they are going to respond. And that's what I think, because I certainly ignore most of the stuff, but every now and then somebody will say something. And I'll just be like,
they get me on that day.
Right. And I just want to wring their neck. And then I'm reminded, oh, you don't really have a life, because you're sitting at home looking at mine.
And how much effort and energy do you put into saying something negative on someone's social media?
Well, speaking of effort and energy, Young Jeezy had a friend, and he definitely, they had a Twitter beef, and it went crazy. One thing led into another, and it became, really volatile, and people, got into a really bad altercation that ended a life. So that's why I think terrible. You have to really be careful, with
all over social media?
All over social media. He actually was quoted saying that, I understand everybody is tough these days. Tough economic times makes us really frustrating for people, but it's only the thing to have an argument in your neighborhood. But when you start beefing on effing Twitter and people start dying, that's when we got a real problem. And he's right. Yeah. Because it's really not worth it. It's so senseless to me, and yet we see it day in and day out. We get drawn into it, whether it's something as silly and simple as Drake and me, or then when it's real serious and everybody's clutching their pearls and oh my God, we didn't think it would end this way. But everybody isn't civilized. You're definitely not civilized if you're going back and forth with somebody, so it only can escalate.
But so I also think a big point of blame in all of this is reality TV.
Why you gotta look at me though?
I'm just saying, you was on one of them crazy shows. You was on one of them crazy shows.
I didn't do anything crazy.
No, you didn't. But I'm just saying that shows like that reward women for behaving badly. And I think that girls are at home and they're tweeting along with the show, and they're watching, they're getting fans, and they see like these women are somehow become the most popular girls or something. You know what I mean?
I get that, and I can see that, but I also don't want to put it on social media and TV alone, because I think first and foremost it starts with the responsibility of the individual. Yeah, I watch a lot of unhealthy reality television. But I don't wake up and walk out my house acting a fool.
Yeah, but because you're a grown woman. I think most people on social media that are thumb thugs are in that,
But they have mamas, they got aunties, they got friends. There's people in their lives that are still grown and got sense that should be. You can't put that responsibility solely on something else.
No, I'm not. But what I am saying is that when people are at that age, when young girls are at that age, they are impressionable. They are trying to be cool. They want their friends to look up to them. And so I think when you look at reality TV, women are rewarded for behaving badly. Ratings get higher, shows get picked up for other seasons, they get jobs, and these girls are watching them and they're like, damn, Terry Roman just threw some shit at her. I think I'm gonna try that. Maybe I might land my own reality show.
Yes, you are absolutely right. I agree with that part, and half of them want to be reality stars because of it. But I still believe that the responsibility first comes at home. Like, if you in tune with your child, you see where they're going. I can't say, oh, well, you know, she a teenager, she going through it, and she watch TV. Where is your parenting skills? Well, is reality TV stronger than your parenting skills?
I'm just saying.
I agree.
That our kids
I'm not always a role model. I try to be. I try to be, honey, but sometimes I can't always be one.
Well, speaking of not being role models, let's go into our next segment, which is when your mouth is bigger than your bank account. That Donald Trump. We cannot not talk about him.
Right.
Because he's just,
Well, his bank account is pretty big.
It's pretty big, but his mouth is even bigger.
It's terrible.
There's no filter. He just,
none
from
whatsoever.
Insulting Mexicans to Latinos to women in pageants to the Republican Party, his running mates, what in the world?
But America likes crazy. I think it goes back to what Diann just said, bad behavior being rewarded. The fact that he even has a platform to run for president and is on here talking all this craziness, what does that say about our country?
We're definitely jacked up, but I just think that certain people wouldn't have as many lives as him with all of the foolishness that comes out of his mouth.
That's true.
He's definitely... He's out of control. He's a ticking time bomb.
He is, but there's a part of me that likes Donald.
Are you kidding me?
No.
I can't get with it.
But here's why.
Money is power.
And it has nothing to do with his money or his hair. However, what I believe is that, look, when people let you know who you're dealing with, for me, that's powerful. Right? So it's like the KKK.
Right.
We hate the KKK because they wear hoods, right? They're what do you call it? They're spineless, right? They have no courage. Donald Trump is letting everybody in America know exactly who he is.
Now, would you mind him being president?
I would.
You would mind?
I would.
And why?
I would. I would mind it the most because he doesn't believe in the old adage of I am my brother's keeper. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I don't think poor people should be written off. Mm-hmm. I don't think, everybody who breaks a crime needs to get, life in prison.
Right.
I believe in rehabilitation. I believe in education. I believe in if there were more jobs, society wouldn't be so bad. He doesn't believe that. He believes that everybody's just lazy and they're just living off the government, and I completely disagree with that.
Do you think that he's being serious about being president?
I do. I think he's trying to buy his way into the White House. I think he's got a whole lot of money.
I feel like it's on his bucket list. That's just what I feel.
And it could be. But he's also appealing to quite a few people in the country.
He definitely
Which is crazy to me. Which is really crazy. But watching him is like watching an episode of Basketball Wives.
I just personally think he's too emotional to be the president. Because I feel like when people are quick to just not think before they speak, it stems from emotion.
Right.
Mm-hmm. We don't need no emotional president. We're going to have wars all over the place.
Exactly.
I need you stable in your right mind.
Just drop a bomb.
Yeah. What do you mean they don't want to talk? Just shoot at them. What are you talking about?
That's true.
And then he kind of rubs off on me like a bully, like a modern day bully.
He is.
Like he's just the mean guy. I don't understand.
Because he throws that money around and he thinks he could do whatever because he is he a billionaire now? I don't know.
He has to be 10 times over.
Right. So he just thinks
and
that
he's still not
he's invincible.
Yeah. Now, someone else that normally we don't have to question her, but Kelly Osbourne. She recently got caught up fooling around with that Donald Trump. I'll tell you, America, don't y'all fool with that Donald Trump. But, him making a comment and she responded, who else would clean your toilets, referring to Latinos.
Right.
And of course, she was very apologetic afterwards, which really caught me off guard because typically she's, talking right. Typically her points, and where she stands and her morality about situations is usually intact.
Yeah.
But when that comment came out of her mouth, or rather on Twitter.
It was
on you. Okay, I'm sorry. I was taken back. I was like, whoa, what happened?
Yeah.
And, you know, even Rosie Perez, I mean, clearly you're on her show and you make that comment, you know, it made her, you know, walk away from the show earlier than expected.
Well, you know, my mother has always said to me, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. Right? So she was really thinking that. And it just slipped out before she could hold her tongue. She like Paula Deen.
No, don't say that about Kelly.
Saying, I love Kelly, but out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks.
Yes.
So,
now let me just say, because this is a perfect example to me, and Jennifer, you let me know how you feel about this, where typically we don't find her in this position.
No, not at all.
Do you feel like she meant what she said, but not the way America took it? Do you think that could have been? Because
I do. I actually do.
And I feel
because living in California, she probably does have a Mexican housekeeper. So I think she meant what she said.
I don't think it was from a bad place. I felt like it was her standing up for them, saying this is typically the person who fills this job, you know, position. Mm-hmm. You're offending that community. Mm-hmm. So what do you, like, you're talking down, but they're the same people you rely on to do something for you in your home or your company.
Kind of like Paula Deen.
You ain't budging.
I'm just saying. She said it. I didn't say it. And my housekeeper is Mexican. And I love Mariana to death.
Okay.
She can't leave here.
All right, I need her number.
See? But, you know what I'm saying? I just think it was a slip of the tongue. And, you know, it was her bad. But I think she meant it.
Okay. Well, me and Jennifer on the same page, so we're going to let you sit over there and hold on to your opinion.
Yeah,
there.
I don't think it was meant to be malicious. I think it came out in a way that definitely rubbed people the wrong way. But I don't think she did it. I don't think it came from a malicious place.
I can't say it was malicious.
You done gave her Paula Deen. Now that's pretty malicious.
Paula Deen wasn't malicious. Let her tell it. She wasn't malicious either. So
she was just racist.
You know what I mean?
I think I wouldn't compare the two. I definitely wouldn't compare the two.
All I'm saying is that we can't excuse one and then not excuse the other. Because it's the same thing. You know what I mean? Paula Deen didn't mean nothing by calling us niggers. She didn't mean nothing by it. She was just kind of, you know.
Okay, well, we're going to move along to the next segment, which is words kill. And don't you bring Paula back.
See?
Don't you bring
It's all relative.
What I just said was.
Well, you know, words do kill. You know, we know that. We've seen the different stories, primarily with teenagers, young children taking their lives because of the things that are said on social media, which is just crazy to me. But I really want to read the definition from Wikipedia and how they define cyberbullying. It says the use of information technology to repeatedly harm or harass other people in a deliberate manner, from posting rumors or gossip about a person on the internet, bringing about hatred in others' minds, to personally identifying victims and publishing materials severely defaming and humiliating them.
Yeah.
And you know, it's crazy because I think people don't really define. Like, a lot of cyberbullies don't think they're the cyberbullies.
Right. Yeah.
And they think it means so much more. But if you're coming at somebody in a way that's, you know, insulting, degrading, that's cyberbullying.
It is.
You know, and you contribute to that. And, you know, it's sad because even though we have our own responsibility in it, there's still children that, like you said, you know, that we're impacting them to have different, you know, state of minds when it comes to how they are in the world, how they're perceived, where they fit in, where they don't, what they think is hot to do, what's really not. You know, we all take part in that. And so when you see them, you know, me being a parent of a young child, and you see that, it's like, we have to do better. We definitely have to do better.
Yeah.
And Jimmy Kimmel had a special where, you know, they were having celebrities read live tweets and some of the things that, you know, the people were saying mean about them. And, you know, Kirstie Alley, she did one and it said, Kirstie Alley is a dirty whore. There, I said.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Like, how do you know?
I would say that.
Yes. Yes. Then we had Dwight
Crazy.
Freeney, NFL's Indianapolis Colts.
Uh-huh.
F you, Dwight Freeney. I hope your foot rips off in the game, you dick.
Oh, that's terrible. I know it's a white.
That's just crazy.
That's not nice.
Right.
And then there was one with Snooki from Jersey Shore, and it said if you climbed inside Snooki's vagina, it would probably be like the effing Pacific Ocean.
Oh, God.
Now I'm done. You know, I just think that, you know, it's very important because, like, celebrities, not all, but the majority have tough skin.
Yeah.
They know if they're in that industry, you have to have tough skin. There's no way around it.
Yes, you do.
Today's child is not there yet. So the effect you have on a celebrity is nothing like children. And, you know, it's really sad to me to just see how there's no rhyme or reason.
Yeah.
They just do it.
And this is publicly, again, going back to this is on Twitter. And so you have... whoever wrote something like that, you have all these other young girls reading it too.
Retweeting,
yeah,
thinking
laughing,
it's cute.
adding emojis, like this is funny. And they are getting lots of attention from it. Right. So again, the behavior, I think it just continues and increasingly gets worse because it's rewarded. Even if it's just being rewarded by, you know, more followers. Right. Or more likes or whatever it is.
And you know what I find crazy about the younger generation is that people will jump on the bandwagon even if they don't support it, but if the majority does it, they feel like I have to do it too. Yeah. And that's the craziest thing.
I have so many people that argue on my Instagram that I'm like, wait, where did the argument start? Because I can't follow. They going back and forth and they talk about the person's picture, their profile picture, and this and that.
It's crazy.
And I'm just like, what happened here? What is this? It's so crazy. But I'm like, who the hell has time to sit and argue with someone on social media? Like, if you picked up a book or did something productive, then you wouldn't have time to be worried about what this person is saying about you.
Going back and forth. Like, they know each other. Don't know nothing. I mean, and it's bananas. I mean, I know, you know, Tamar, she's gotten a lot of, you know, abuse. I say it's abuse, you know, with people saying really mean things about her from everything you can imagine. And I'm like, gee whiz, like what?
Do you guys think like social media is like the new video game? Because people do sit on social media like everybody used to play video games.
No, I think it's the new get a life. I don't, because video games, I think you have to be, I wouldn't compare it to a video game. I feel like it's...
Right, you just gotta scroll. Just scroll.
It's like no life. That's their life.
No,
I'm just going...
You know what? You have so much... You have access to people. And I think that's what people enjoy, because it used to just be, you know, you see this person on TV and now it's like, oh, I could actually send them a message. I have access to them. I could say something and they could possibly see it. Well, let me see how nasty I could get.
That's pretty much the frame of mind.
Let's catch that person's attention.
Because it's crazy. It's just like, you know, I mean, I've really seen some far-fetched stuff that I'm just like, what, like, did she sleep with your man? What happened? Baby, do you need a hug?
Me, and I'm like, I'm just at the gym, just posting a workout picture. Like,
encourage better healthy choices. Y'all coming at my throat? What in the world? Now let me ask you, Jim, what's the craziest tweet or message you've ever received?
I don't know about the craziest, but I do remember I was in Dallas last year and I was working on a stage play. Zane, the writer, it was her first stage play. And so it was my first time doing theater and I was just really intimidated, and it was a new experience for me. I was in the gym. I had just come home from rehearsal and I was like, you know what, let me work out. And I just like posted a picture in the gym, and this woman went in on me. Like, she was like, you need to have some kids and settle down and get a husband and all. And I was just like, wait a minute. So why do I need to do that? Like, I'm just here at the gym. Like, I just came from work.
I'm at the gym. At the gym.
Yes. And I was so, like, I actually responded to her because I'm like, okay, does that make me successful because I have a husband and kids?
Right. Yeah. Does that define me?
Like, right. I'm like, I'm over here working. I'm just at the gym trying to stay healthy.
Still at the gym.
Right. I'm just trying to stay healthy. But she felt the need to try and bring me down for some reason.
Yeah, that's just crazy. What about you, Diann?
I've had lots of hurtful tweets, and it's always been about my appearance. It's always about physically my appearance, and I think
that's the easiest thing for people to say.
That's the easiest thing, right, to attack. But you know, I would get stuff when I was hosting I Do Over. I would get stuff like, "She looked like she got on 8 wigs today," or "She's so damn loud." You know, I remember somebody tweeted me something during an episode of I Do Over, and it said, "@WeTV, you need to fire this host Diann Valentine because I like David Tutera so much better." And I was just like, wow. And she was a black girl. So I was like,
we know, yes, how you feel about supporting.
You know how much I love being a black girl.
Yes,
I was just like, wow. Like, it was just so, like, hurtful. Like, why would you say that? Like, why would you say anything like that, right? That's just, like, so vicious to me. But, you know, I guess par for the course. I guess it comes with the territory.
Yeah.
But, and I did get obviously a lot of support when I'm on television, but it's always those ones that,
feel like they just,
like daggers in your heart. You know what I mean? Like, here I am thinking, I'm representing black women well. I'm on television. I'm not fighting. Yeah, I'm not throwing nothing. I'm not cursing at nobody.
That's your problem. You didn't throw nothing.
I know, right?
And they would have been like, Diann Valentine, we love you. @WeTV, give her.
I'm like, dang, y'all really want a fool on TV.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, for me, I actually remember 2 times where someone felt the need to come at me. And one time, I was very offended, and I really don't know why I was, but it was the holiday time. And I remember I had on a red long sleeve blouse and red lipstick. And I took a picture by the Christmas tree, and she said, "You too daggone old to be wearing red lipstick and a red shirt." And I was like, first of all, it's Christmas. Everybody wearing red lipstick right now. I'm in the spirit. But I was like, first of all, how old am I? I want you to tell me since you know. And I mean, it took me, I was like 2 seconds off, and I said, let me go see this person that said it. And then she looked like she was about 12. I was like, oh, I get it. Your mom ain't home. She ain't taught you right. I'm going to let you be a kid over there and enjoy yourself. But I was just like, what? I ain't peeing your cornflakes.
I know.
I got on the red. I could see if I was in some thought attire with some red lipstick, but I was just taken back. And then, of course, my sore spot, you don't mess with my kids.
Right.
They came at me because, Omar is always doing incredible in everything he does.
Right.
And it was the Dean's List at Pepperdine. He had just made it on the Dean's List, and I posted something up, and the woman, I was like, I said, I'm really proud of him. He's always going above and beyond because he wants to, not because we're on him making him. Right. And then I said, shout out to all the other kids out there who are going above and beyond. Like, that speaks volumes. And this one woman was like, well, just because that's what you define being awesome, if that doesn't mean that's awesome for everybody else. And what do you mean? I'm like,
and she said it like that?
She said it like that. She said it because it was very like, And I was like, well, I congratulated my son, which I'm entitled to on my page. My page. And then I shouted out other people that he's not the only young man doing exceedingly well. Let me give the rest of the world the, shout out. But I was like, why are you offended that I'm congratulating my child on my page?
Because her kid is probably failing in school.
Or she ain't got none yet and wish she did.
Dropped out.
But I'm just like, this is a private moment that I'm sharing about my child and his progress, and then here you come. Out of all the comments that everybody put, here come the Debbie Downer. I couldn't believe it.
No, I think kids should definitely be off limit. Like, you could say whatever to me, but I think once you involve people's kids, that's a whole other level. That's a whole other level.
Meet me at the corner, Figueroa.
You need to watch yourself.
I'm gonna have my Vaseline on and no earrings, and then we gonna see what you got.
Right.
But you know, I think social media, like where it is today, it's definitely made me stop sharing so much of my life.
Yes,
Right?
you have to keep some things to yourself.
I really pull back after hosting I Do Over because I'm just like, these people really think they know me. They
Right.
really think they have a right to comment on my life. And guess what they do? Because maybe I'm sharing too much of my life with them. And I just started really just pulling back a lot because it is my life and I get to filter it, you know, and I get to use social media. However, I think I need to use it for my career, but that's it. It's not your invitation into the Phoenix.
Right.
Trust and believe it's not.
Yeah. I think, you know,
Right.
Beyonce had said that Oprah had told her keep things private.
Yeah.
And she's done a very great job of doing that.
Yeah.
Oprah
Yes.
too, you know. And what I like about Beyonce is that she'll share just enough.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But then she's like, oh, no.
Right.
That's all you get this week.
To keep you interested.
Keep
and
you
then she's
interested.
like, and that's it.
And that's it.
And truth be told, she only started with social media because she had an album to drop.
Right.
Right? That
She had to get
was
with the
whole
times.
and she was
point.
not going to promote it.
Right. That was the whole point of her even having an Instagram account, right? Brilliant.
Yeah, I think I definitely, you know, it's definitely a weird time now that this social media is so involved and everybody's attached, and it's just like I can't even imagine life now without it,
Yeah.
which is
Right.
crazy because once upon a time we had none of this.
Yes.
Nobody could get to you that easily.
Yeah, you had
They
to
show up,
beat me.
right? They be at your
I had to
house. You be
find a
like,
payphone.
how you know where I live? You
Right.
know, now everybody know everything
Yeah.
about you. So you know, it does kind of take away that intimacy of, you know, not knowing, because it's like on one hand you want to be present
Yeah.
to promote and to build, but then on the other hand you like, I just wish I could just turn it off sometimes because it's
Right.
like
Yeah.
the craziness that's attached to it,
Yeah.
you know. And then some of your followers,
They're crazy.
listen, not crazy, just like I'm starting to get I used to just have mostly women that follow me. Now men are starting to follow me, and I don't know if I like that
They
as
see
much.
that booty.
No, they don't hardly see that. But let me tell you, I had a truck driver following me. This is some new guy, right?
Oh, yeah. I've had people say some nasty
Oh
things.
my gosh. Then one put this post up under our picture in another language. I said, Omar, translate this for me. And I think he said that it said 3 hot, sexy babes, blowjobs, and cum sandwiches. In another language.
Wow.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
wow.
I was like, now, you was being
Wow.
slick with the other language because you knew I wouldn't catch it right away.
All right.
Oh
But
my
it
goodness.
just draws
That is
a
disgusting.
weird, and
Yes.
that's what makes me
Yeah.
weirded out with the
Yeah.
men. Like I know some men, because they're cool with me and my husband. You know what I mean? Like I'm cool with that. But when I don't know you and I look at your page because you look weird, and there's trucks and truck stops and I'm like,
Stuffed
what?
animals and toys.
Yeah,
On the front of the
and
truck.
blow up the-
I'm very concerned. Be very concerned.
All right.
Have you ladies ever identified some of the weirdness that follows you?
Oh my God, yes. I've had people say disgusting things to me on Instagram, and I'm just like, what? Like, I'm just, you know, in my truck taking a selfie. Like, it's not.
Not
like,
to him. That was a personal photo shoot just for that
Right.
person.
I'm just like, why? I mean, I just think you have a lot of perverted people
Yeah.
on social media.
It's the new
Yeah.
Playboy.
Yeah,
It's
it
the
is.
new-
And it's really
Playboy.
scary because if you think about, you know, I mean, because we've gone from, you know, kids being lured, you know, in through chat rooms, now being lured into things so openly, you know, on Instagram and or Twitter or Snapchat. You know what I
Right.
mean? Where they are scheduling dates and making dates and hooking up with people. And sometimes it turns really bad.
Yeah. it
Really,
does.
really bad.
I know,
Celebrities are hooking up via social media as
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
like
yeah.
sliding in the DMs and,
Yes.
and
Hey,
all
girl.
that. But that's why when I post something and if I want to tag a location, I won't post it until I leave. Just because people are
Yeah.
crazy. You never know. I don't want someone like, oh, she's here, I'm gonna show up. So
Yeah.
if I have to tag a location, I make sure I have left the premises.
Afterwards. Yeah,
Yes.
you don't put it out there.
No.
You know, I think, as we move into the next topic, the diarrhea of the mouth. I just think that, there's no filter. We said that in the beginning. People just say whatever, they do whatever. They don't care how it affects the individual. They don't care at what cost. It's just like they go for it. And, I think it's really crazy because, we call them followers, but I think that's just a bizarre term.
It is
in itself,
right?
Like I don't want followers. Like even when I'm like, and to all my followers, I'm like, what am I, a Gandhi? Like it's just weird to me to even use that as a label. And I don't know. Do you guys think about that, or does it not even
I think it's weird. I think it's very weird. It just feels. It's just weird. It is. It really is just weird.
Yeah, I'd rather say supporters or something.
Yeah, it's.
I don't know. I just say it's like we're friends. We're like cyber friends. We're cyber friends. But if you ain't called me at home or ain't been to my house, we really ain't friends.
So we cyber buddies.
Yeah, we are cyber buddies. Like Damon always says, like whenever I post something with him, he's always like, don't tag me. Because he gets like a ton of followers. He's like, who are all these people?
Right.
And then he'll like go to the page and be like, yo, dude is a wedding planner. Why is he following me?
People are just nosy. Like when I tag my friends, they're like, oh my God, I
her
get
friend.
all
I'm
these.
gonna follow her too.
Yes. And I'm like, they're just doing that, trying to see if they can see something that they won't see on my page or on your page.
Right.
Like, it's so ridiculous.
It's weird. It's very weird.
So
But
when
it goes back to the fact that people are so invested in other people's lives.
Yes.
yeah.
Which is weird to me. Like, you don't have nothing else going on
Listen,
besides
come on over here and help me clean, because I'm having a struggle.
I'm running my own toilets in this house. I need some help.
I know, that's right. That's crazy to me. So listen, when the cyber buddies go too far,
Yes.
do we agree to delete, to block, to ignore?
Listen, the block button is my best friend.
Okay.
And I will erase a comment. I will block you. I will delete all of the above.
Yes.
No, with the quickness. If I don't even like something you said, I'm just like, no, I don't want that under my picture.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's so true, because there have been times, particularly when I'm on television and when somebody catch me on a bad day and I just feel the need to respond to some foolishness.
But it's only if you're having a bad day.
Only if I'm having a bad day. Yeah, only if I'm having a bad day. And then I will respond to them and then immediately block them.
Yeah,
so you
Like, I got the last word.
I do that too.
You talk amongst yourselves, you skank hoe.
Well, most of the time they just create these fictitious pages anyway to go and come right back
so
at you.
true.
They're like
Crazy to
roaches.
me.
They
That
won't
is so
die.
true.
They just keep
That is
coming
so
back.
true.
And I mean, I think that's crazy. Like some of the time you go and you look and you like, you didn't even post since you've had this page. You don't have no followers, but
faceless.
you're so full of words when it comes to me.
Yeah.
So I think that's just kind of
That's just strange. If you take time to make up a fake email account and then make up a fake Twitter and Instagram and then follow me and then post some negative shit on my page,
too much time.
you are a stalker. Like, I'm sorry, you're a stalker.
Yeah.
That is stalking.
That's stalking.
I've never looked at it like that, but you're
Right?
absolutely right.
That is stalking.
So now
I never thought
people
about
should
it.
think about pressing charges.
We should.
Yeah, because that's just, it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
it
like
really is.
recently, Kim, what's her name? Kim Zolciak?
Uh-huh.
Zolciak. She kind of went on a rampage because somebody was attacking her daughter. Like girls were attacking her daughter on social media, and so she like went in on them. And I get the urge to do that because it's like, this is my kid. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's bad enough I can't protect you when you leave the house.
Right.
But now I can't even protect you when you are at home because of the thumb thugs out
Right.
there. That's crazy.
It definitely
Right.
is.
You'll catch a case over some stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, I think that it's very important that people, really reflect, because a lot of the times we are part of the problem. And whether they want to admit it or not, sometimes, what we think doesn't do very much harm does
Right.
enough harm to consider yourself part of the problem.
It's true.
And, according to stopcyberbullying.org, there was a questionnaire that was asking, are you part of the problem? And I know some of the things that they had on there was if you sign on under someone else's screen name to gather info, if you tease or frighten someone over IM, if you change your profile or away message designed to embarrass or frighten someone, or if you sent rude things to someone, if you were even joking. So I think it's really important, we take things lightly, but I think everybody should at least visit stopcyberbullying.com and just see, because you'd be surprised how you do affect the situation as a whole. Even if your percent is 10%, you're still a part of the problem.
Right.
So I think.
Do you guys remember that? Was it Twitter? I think it was Twitter that it was Khloe Kardashian and Amber Rose.
Yes.
The beef they
yes.
had, and I think it started because
Amber made a
Kanye
comment.
said something.
No, Amber commented on Kylie and
right,
Talkin.
on Kylie. Right.
And then Khloe commented. Then Kanye got in on it.
Right. That was an interesting exchange.
It was.
I was tuned in
An
for that.
unneeded exchange.
Yeah.
Like,
really unneeded.
it wasn't even necessary.
No.
So let me ask you, ladies, before we wrap it up, what would you leave with our audience today in regards to talking shiznick?
Talking shit.
Thank you, Jennifer.
After you?
I would just say talking shit is just really unnecessary. Like, honestly, if you don't like the person or you don't agree with what they're doing, just hit the unfollow button. It's so unnecessary to say anything negative, because honestly, it says more about you than the person that you're commenting on their page. So I would just say, just shut the hell up and keep it moving.
Keep it moving. And how can our viewers keep?
So you can definitely follow me. I don't really talk
changed?
shit on social media, but you can follow me on Twitter. I am Jennifer, and on Instagram at JenniferWilliams17.
Okay. What about you, B?
I would say check yourself before you wreck yourself. In all honesty, it takes just as much energy to put goodness out into the world as it does to put negative vibes out in the world, as it does to perpetuate stereotypes. And so I would just say we should all see that social media can be a gift. It can be a very powerful gift if we can use it to make the world a better place. Yes. Each one, teach one. So you can keep up with me across all social media platforms at Diann Valentine. And if you haven't, make sure you go and follow our new page, which is Just a Sane Show _, on Instagram and Twitter. And we promise you, we don't bash them.
We don't talk shit.
Well, the thing about social media is it can also be a curse. And I think that it's very important that, you really make sure what you put out there in the atmosphere is the majority positive. Because when it's not, you have no idea how words touch people. And I think it's very important that, our mouth is power. It's a lot of power that comes out of our mouths. So we need to make sure that we use that power productively and in a positive way, because we are supposed to lift each other up. It's enough tearing us apart. So let's be one in that and help to do better, because definitely need it. We've seen all types of foolishness on social media. I think it's time to start seeing more unity on social media. That's our show for tonight. I hope everybody enjoyed it. I know I did, and my underpants are sweating a little bit. But until next week, see you later. Bye.
From executives Kevin Undergaro, Dario Kristen, Tiana Hobson, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us. info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I am the official voice of Black Hollywood Live, Scipio, Instagram at KingXOBay. Thanks for tuning in. The views expressed here are those of the host owner and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.